Hey, my name is Kara. I'm an ultrasound tech, and let's talk today about the differences between a transabdominal ultrasound versus an internal ultrasound, specifically in the context of a first trimester ultrasound. So, obviously, the differences between them are going to be the method that we use with the camera of choice. The transabdominal one is going to be us just looking from up above. It's going to be on top of mom's belly. And it's just that traditional ultrasound that you think of whenever you think of ultrasound in general. Now, with an internal ultrasound, it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a long skinny camera that actually gets inserted inside the mum. And basically, what we are trying to do is get a better look at the structures with the internal camera versus what we can see with the transabdominal one. Ideally, patients are going to come in between 7 to 10 weeks for their dating ultrasound, but due to complications, or even due to just a mix up in dates and thinking that you're actually farther along than what you are, some patients will come in before that 7-week mark, and they will need an internal ultrasound, simply because when we are looking from up above with the regular transabdominal camera, it can only see so much, and it can only see certain things. And basically, we can only zoom in so far with that transabdominal camera on the picture before we lose resolution. That's a whole different video. It's all very technical with the ultrasound machine, but when we want to see a small area with a higher resolution, the internal camera is going to be perfect for that. We have to remember that when baby is so early along, it is going to be measuring less than 10 millimeters when you are 7 weeks or less. So if you think about it, 10 millimeters equals to be about a centimeter. And if we are doing a transabdominal scan, that is going to be going through the bladder, fat, the uterus, and everything else before we even get down to the gestational sac and baby and the yolk sac that are going to be within the uterus. So therefore, when you are trying to see really, really small structures that really can't be either seen well, or you can't even see them at all through the transabdominal ultrasound, we are going to then move on to the internal ultrasound to get a better look at that really small area that we are trying to see baby in. So for example, this transabdominal scan is about 5 to 6 weeks along. And I say this because we can't see a fetal pole, but we can see a gestational sac and a very faint yolk sac. So you can imagine when the pregnancy is this small, basically it's just that black area there within the uterus, and it has to go through all of this depth to even get down to where the gestational sac is, the sound beam is going to be degraded by the time that it gets all the way down there, especially when we're trying to see such small structures. But with an internal scan, we can see this teeny tiny fetal pole here that we would not have been able to see transabdominally with the regular ultrasound.